Hi, this is Elliot with Wattworks, and tonight we're putting a fuel pump in the rally car. Alrighty, so where we're at is about 2 weeks ago. We had everything hooked up, put 2 gallons of fuel in the car, went to start it, nothing. One of us was like, wait a minute, do you hear a fuel pump? And I was like, no, I don't hear a fuel pump. But we did hear all the relays clicking, so we realized, probably needs a new fuel pump. So I went ahead, I ordered a new fuel pump. Jimin pots for the Jimin cars. So nice new Bosch premium fuel pump. This weekend I went and I removed all the blue lines for the charcoal canister, and then I took all the covers off, which I'll crawl in here and show you. So if you look in here, so I removed the 2 covers. I went and removed the charcoal canister that was in there. And then I went and removed some fuel lines. All I gotta undo is this last fuel line here, and then pull this top out and replace the fuel pump. So I'm gonna set up my camera in there. I'm gonna set up some lights, grab all my tools. I'm gonna crawl up in this roll cage, and we're gonna put a new fuel pump in. So here we go. Alrighty, so this is a blue line that goes to the charcoal filter. There's another blue line that I already pulled out of here. This is the line that goes in to the fuel pump. I already cut off. There are these little kind of these brackets here, these little crimp connectors. You want to make sure that you cut them in the center, and then they pop right off. So I'll show you on this one. Let me see if I can get it close enough. Okay, so these crimp connectors, this part here, which is the part that gets crimped, what you want to do is you get a pair of dikes or side cutters and you cut that part like that. Oh, you'll cut it, and then this will just pop right off. And then you can replace them with new crimp connections if you got all the tools, or you can use the other threaded hose clamps. So if you have a non-race car 318 Ti, you're gonna have to go, and you'll be doing it from that side because you won't have a roll cage and racing seats to get in the way. You'll be leaning your seat forward, and then you're gonna have to pull out your back seat to access these. So this is right where your dupa goes, in the back seat. Alrighty. And that's that. Alrighty, so got the fuel pump assembly out. This has the float. This is the filter. This is the fuel pump is inside here. Wires, connections, all that stuff. The 2 that go down into the 2 go over here, 2 go down here. This one goes up and over and out here and goes up to the engine. So I'm going to replace this and that with this and that. New fuel pump is in. The filter's on. Everything's seated down. New hose clamp. New connections. Wires are hooked up correct. I hope. Now we're gonna put it back in the car. Alrighty, so now, before I go any further, I'm going to hook this back up and turn the key to make sure she works. We need just to hear a little hum. Alrighty, so we know the fuel pump works. So I'm going to put it in the fuel tank and we'll hook up the lines and hopefully send some fuel up front. And maybe the car will start tonight for the first time ever in years that this car has started. So, woohoo! This is way harder to do on our road than it is to do on our road. This makes you sit in a really awkward place. This up to here. I should not do that without a hose clamp. Ow. I need a hose clamp. Hope I have one small enough. Alright, so I have fuel pumps working. I can hear it pushing fuel. I checked the fuel rail for fuel pressure. We have plenty of fuel pressure because the fuel sprayed all over me. My battery sounds pretty weak from cranking and cranking, so I'm going to let that charge overnight and then try it again when I get home from work tomorrow. And then if that's not it, we're going to check spark to see if maybe our EWS is getting in the way and it's not sending spark. Or if something's not telling the injectors to open. So that's the plan. That's where I'm at tonight. I'm going to bed because I got to go to work in the morning. Alrighty, so I put the battery on charge last night. I figured, oh, it's going to have a fresh battery. Then tonight I'll try like clearing all the codes and doing the reset and just doing a bunch of things because I thought the EWS was bad. Well, a couple seconds ago I thought, hey, what the heck, we'll just try it on a fresh battery, and I turned the key and it sounded like it started to start. So I went and grabbed the camera and let's see if she goes vroom vroom. So here we go. I swear it just started. Come on. That's so lame-o. There was even smoke in here. Weird. Alright. I'm going to take the battery off. I'm going to let it charge for another half hour. And I'm going to try again. And potentially open a garage door and hook up the battery off the diesel. And see if that'll get her to go. So in the meantime, while the battery's charging up so we can try and start it again, I'm going to hook up my throttle cable. Hopefully this 318 Ti throttle cable works with M52 throttle, which is buried way down there, and that's going to be a pain in the butt. check if there's oil in it. Would probably be a good idea. Oh yeah, we good. Dirty as hell, but there's some oil in there. So close. So, I backed up my E90 since the battery is dead. I've had it charging, but the battery is doesn't have enough juice to it. So we're going to use a BMW to start a BMW, and hopefully using the battery, nice fresh battery in the E90, we have enough juice to get the rally car started. I'm going to leave the E90 running so that way we don't kill its battery too. Alright, so E90 is hooked up to the E36 rally car. And we're going to try and start it with that battery. Huh. So it powers on, it turns right off. Alrighty, so she starts, but it will only run for a couple fires and then turns herself back off. So we're going to stop there and do some research on why that's happening. Maybe I need to look at some connections or some other stuff on the car. So, but she starts, and that's a huge milestone. This car came in to the garage last February, the start of this build. It is 1 week away from February, so the car is running with a roll cage within under 1 year. So that's a huge step, and now we got to diagnose why she's not running strong. So off to the computer and the Google machine. So where we're at so far is that the engine will start, but it will only fire up and it'll run for a second and turn off. You can do that as many times as you want, but nothing changes. So it's either wiring, vacuum, or fuel. So first thing I'm going to check, I was texting my buddy earlier. He said try crimping the return line of the fuel pressure regulator with a set of vice grips or something. See if that's it. If that's not it, I would say it's probably vacuum. So I'm going to go through and double check all the vacuum lines and see where that gets me. And then I'm also going to go through and double check all my wiring harness and wiring and see where everything's plugged in. I'm pretty sure it's all right, but I'm going to go double check it anyway. So that's where we're at so far. It's Wednesday night, so 2 nights in on the car this week. Probably going to work on it Friday night too, so try and film that, and hopefully Friday night it'll run for longer than a second. So we'll see what happens Friday night.